I don't know how I feel about that.
Good grief.
There's a lot happening here.
Hi everybody, welcome back to The Vegan View. Today we're doing a Simple Truth taste test. Simple Truth is the Kroger or Ralph's brand name and they've expanded their vegan and plant-based line.
And they have such a wide range of new vegan products that look really interesting, so I'm really excited to try them, and let's get started.
So the first thing we're gonna try out are these plant-based chocolate chip cookies. I am so excited.
These are the Place and Bake plant-based chocolate chip cookie dough. They come in these little Place and Bake cookie dough bits. I kind of just want to eat that, but I won't.
It smells exactly like I remember these kinds of cookies smelling. It's the kind where you have the cookie dough and then you bake it. It's said to bake for 17 to 20 minutes. I baked it for 17.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good.
Yep. I love it.
So this has a really nice butteriness to it. It has a good amount of salt, and I always find that baked goods taste a little bit more buttery when they have that little salt to balance it out. The chocolate is really melty and gooey, and the inside was nice and gooey because I only baked it for the 17 minutes.
It cooked so perfectly too. My favorite type of cookie, when it's super, super crispy on the outside and then really soft on the inside. That's exactly how this is.
I don't feel like it's overly sweet. 10 out of 10. What's not to like? It tastes like a good chocolate chip cookie. There's no weird aftertaste. It just tastes like a cookie. Like if you baked these and just brought them out at your next get together when the world isn't so scary. I know your non-vegan friends wouldn't be like, is this a vegan cookie? It tastes a little off. It just tastes like a cookie. Cookies are good.
Is it the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had in my life? No, but you know those cookies that you buy at the store and you just kind of break off and bake? Like they have a very specific flavor, and this is that exactly, but without the animal products. So for what it is, I think it is extremely well done. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's delicious.
That is so good. That tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. You would literally never know it's vegan. I honestly don't know what you would do to improve them. So I give them a 10. I think they're amazing. I would definitely pick these up again. I would definitely recommend these to anybody. I absolutely love them.
Next, we will be trying the Simple Truth plant-based sausage and the kind of sausage we're having. And the kind of sausage we'll be having are the meatless kielbasas. I've never eaten or knowingly eaten non-vegan kielbasa.
It's a Polish sausage, and I've never had it pre-vegan, so I don't really know what I'm comparing it to.
I'm really excited about this because growing up, my grandma used to make kielbasa all the time, just for like a quick weeknight dinner. She would just saute them up, make some boiled potatoes, have some salad or veggie on the side, and we would just serve that with mustard, and it was a really fast dinner. And so I ate a lot of that growing up, and I'm really excited to try a vegan version.
Smells like sausage. Looks like sausage. It grilled up really beautifully. It got like a nice golden, I don't know what you call that, mark. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's a little bit sweet. I'm getting apple and I'm getting onion, like cooked sweet onion. I'm gonna dip it in some mustard and see if that helps.
It has a very like wheat meat texture, if I'm right. The thing that made me laugh when I was eating it is that it squeaks when it touches your teeth when you bite. It reminds me of poutine. My mom is French Canadian, so I ate a lot of poutine growing up, and the cheese curds like squeak. So that threw me off a little bit because I think it's a bit dry.
Okay, the flavor is really nice. It does have a very thick texture to it, almost like seitan, where it's like kind of bouncy and you have to chew it quite a bit. So I feel like I don't love the texture that much for that reason, because I often won't eat seitan because I find it to be a little too heavy. So I'm feeling like the same thing with this.
Okay, so here is where tasting vegan options can be a little bit confusing. I think if you're thinking of it as a kielbasa replacement, it doesn't really measure up. It's pretty different. Real kielbasa, which by the way is a pig, so ugh. If you're just thinking about the sausage product and the way it tastes, that is really fatty and salty, very savory, very greasy, and it has that snap on the outside from the casing. And this has a little bit more texture to it, a little bit more chew, and then a bit more sweetness. And overall, I think it's a really tasty vegan sausage. I thought it was really nice. It definitely is a little chewier than some of the others I've had, and it has a little bit more texture. Like kielbasa was really uniform, and this has a little bit more texture, but it's good. So if you're measuring it against actual kielbasa, like it's gonna fool somebody, no, it's not, absolutely not. But it would be really good if you sauteed that up and served it with some boiled potatoes and some sauerkraut, some mustard on the side, some good bread, maybe even get some of the frozen pretzels from Trader Joe's, bake that off and have some beer with it, and just have like a whole little beer garden situation. That would be delicious.
The spices are really nice. It kind of tastes like beef jerky. Also wheat gluten. I think that it's not awful. I really actually enjoy the taste upon having another bite. It's really dense, but it's really satiating. I like the chew. I like the taste. I don't think it's a perfect sausage comparison, but if you're vegan for a while, you're used to that vital wheat gluten, I think you'd really like it. It just doesn't have that wow factor for me. I think it's fine. I think I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. It tastes like a sausage flavored log of wheat. So if you're into that, like this baby, it's for you.
I don't know, I feel really neutral about it. Like there's nothing that's like bad about it, and there's also nothing that's like blowing my mind about it. So I feel like I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's good. I would eat it, especially on like a sandwich. I think like with a bunch of toppings would be really, really good. But I probably wouldn't like crave it and go run out and buy it again. Yeah, I give it a 5. I just feel like neutral about it.
Ooh, ugh, ranch. The next thing we will be having is the Simple Truth plant-based vegetable dip in ranch.
Next up, we have this plant-based vegetable dip in a ranch flavor. I'm really excited about this because ranch is hard to do, man. Why is it so hard to open?
So this looks like more of a vegetable dip ranch, which I know are tangier than like a buttermilk ranch. So I'm prepared for that. I'm emotionally prepared for it.
It's a lot thicker than salad dressing. It's like a vegetable dip, not a salad dressing. So keep that in mind when you're trying it, but it smells really, really good.
It has like a very gelatinous look to it.
There's something that's kind of like clear and like gelatinous about the way it looks.
I had to check if that was vegan because it doesn't taste any different than a vegetable platter, vegetable tray dip.
You know, I actually like it better than I thought I would based off the, like, I was just judging the appearance of it, and I think it tastes better than it looks. I could definitely see this being good. I'm gonna try this with a really stale cracker. I could see this being good with like some raw veggies.
This is really good.
Maybe my biggest complaint is like that it tastes a little Italian dressing adjacent, but I feel like the vegetable dip ranch kind of usually does. Yeah, that doesn't taste weird or funny. I remember there was one ranch that we tried that had like a weird aftertaste. That just tastes like vegetable dip ranch. It doesn't taste like any funny businesses going around. Like I don't think anyone's gonna be like, vegan.
It has a nice tang to it, which I appreciate, but I think like it's not the best ranch dip I've ever had. Like I actually really liked the Kite Hill ranch dip better, but the fact that this is like a vegan ranch option at Kroger stores is so nice, and I definitely 1000% will probably buy this again if I'm at a Kroger and need some sort of ranch dip.
But the way it tastes is really good as a veggie dip. It doesn't have an aftertaste that so many vegan ranches have because it's made with canola oil, which is a neutral tasting oil, versus like a coconut base or even a cashew base. So this is probably the best store-bought option I've come across for a vegan ranch veggie dip. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I think it's really good.
Do I love it and live by it? No. But that's just because I prefer a buttermilk ranchy ranch. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's fine.
It's decent. I'm gonna give it a 6. I like it a little bit more than a meh. Like I said, I think there's better ranches and ranch dips out there that are vegan, but I don't like super dislike it, and I would definitely dip some veggies in this and enjoy it. So yeah, I give it a 6.
Okay, next we have one that I'm really excited about, and this is the Simple Truth plant-based cauliflower dip. Again, very hard to open.
Is this made out of cauliflower? Yes. So this is like cauliflower, red bell pepper, veggies, hot sauce, almonds, almond butter. I don't know how I feel about that.
I eat buffalo cauliflower probably weekly. I love it so much, so I'm really excited about this because I will literally put buffalo on everything.
What does that smell like? I really wish I had some celery for this because like buffalo and celery is a good combo, but I'll try it on its own.
I'm just gonna go for it. It's a weird texture.
There's a lot happening here.
There was a whole journey that just happened in my mouth.
I don't like it. It's spicy. No.
All right, so there's a lot of complexity going on with this particular dip. I think sometimes buffalo flavored things tend to just be a creamy base of some sort, and then they have hot sauce mixed in, which is totally fine. But this has a lot more to it. This has the flavors of the cayenne pepper, but it also has vinegar and lime juice. It has parsley, and all of that does come through, as well as some of that slight sweetness from the carrot. It's got a lot of tang, a good amount of like spice, but not necessarily super hot.
The texture is throwing me off because there's like little bits of veggies in here. Like I think must be like cauliflower and maybe like, I don't know, carrots. Definitely has that nice buffalo kick, and it's not too spicy. The texture is a lot less noticeable as a dip. Like I don't find it as weird as eating it with a spoon, which I would never eat it with a spoon. So to be fair, it is better as a dip. I still don't really understand why they left the chunks in there. Like, what's the purpose?
It tastes like thick gazpacho. I don't like gazpacho. I'm sure there's a lovely gazpacho I haven't tried, and I've tried many because it's my partner's favorite soup.
I don't really know what you would use it for though. Like, I guess you could dip veggies in it and that would be good. But then other than that, what are you gonna use it for? Like, I guess on a sandwich? I just can't picture like the buffalo. Maybe on a chicken sandwich, like a vegan chicken sandwich. This would be a good like spread to put on.
I hated that so much. Did anyone else hate it? Ooh, I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's great.
I'm gonna give that, I don't know. Let's give it, let's pull one out of the air. 4. I didn't like that. Why am I not giving it a 0? It had something going for it. You could mix it with stuff.
I give it a 7. I think it's good. It's like not out of this world good, but I definitely appreciate the option.
Next up, we have the Simple Truth oat milk non-dairy frozen dessert in peanut butter chip. I am so excited about this.
They had a couple flavors of this, and the strawberry one was all sold out, and I was so sad. So it has little chips of chocolate chip in it. And it looks like little swirls of peanut butter.
You know how a lot of times with ice cream it'll tell you to leave it out for a couple of minutes so it can soften and get really creamy? This straight away, when you dig into it, is pretty creamy already. Oh my gosh, this smells like a Reese's peanut butter cup in the best way.
I absolutely love oat milk, you guys know that, and I also really love peanut butter chip ice cream, so I'm very excited about this. Cheers!
Cheers. The texture is icier than I thought it would be. Like, it's a nice balance of flavors. I love the dark chocolate chips. The peanut butter swirl is fun, even though I'm not a big fan of peanut butter.
Good grief. Dude, it is a peanut butter ice cream with really thin chocolate pieces in it, so it's not like big chunks of chocolate. It's like little like shards of dark creamy chocolate. and it's all throughout, and it has a good amount of salt in the peanut butter, so the peanut butter really comes through.
Okay. It's very, very sweet. And like when you first take a bite of it, it has this weird like artificial taste to it, which I'm trying to find out like what in the ingredients would give it that taste, but it tastes, there's something about it that tastes artificial, which is weird to me. I don't know. I think it's like the peanut butter isn't salty enough. Like when I like peanut butter ice cream, I like there to be a good balance of salt, and I just don't feel like there's very much salt. Like it just tastes like all sweetness and like a little artificial.
It isn't as creamy as I associate oat milk with. I feel like oat milk is thick, it's creamy, it's decadent. It tends to be like fatty, so you have that like, it fills up your mouth. But this is quite light in taste and texture. What would I like more from it? I wish it had a little more of the peanut butter swirl in it, and a little more of the chocolate, or maybe a little more of like the fattiness. It's just like, it's good, but it's not like all the way there. Like when we had the Haagen-Dazs ice cream taste test, those had arrived. They had gone on their solar return. Delicious.
We try so much ice cream, so much vegan ice cream on this channel, that I feel like we have like a really high bar because we've had some really freaking good ice cream. So this is just like, kind of just like meh.
It's almost like if you had a peanut butter cup in reverse, where like the peanut butter was on the outside and the chocolate was just like the secondary component. That's what this tastes like, and it is so good. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
This one, like, it has a little bit of growing up to do, but I want to encourage it. So I'm gonna give it an 8. That's good. Room to grow, but still good.
I give it a 5. I feel like I'm just pretty meh about it. I feel like for what it is, like oat milk, peanut butter swirls, chocolate chips, like how is that not like the most delicious thing I've ever put in my mouth? So I feel like, I don't know where this went wrong, but I just don't think it's like the best vegan ice cream out there.
And last but not least, we have some turkey style slices, and this is in the salt and pepper flavor.
I really love the Tofurkey peppered slices. If you can see, it has like a peppered rind.
When I first went vegan, I ate so many sandwiches with like Tofurkey slices and like tempeh bacon, because before I went vegan, that's what I would eat for lunch. I would eat a sandwich like almost every single day for lunch. So when I first went vegan, that's what I would eat. I would just make it vegan. So I really liked these types of faux meats.
Okay, one thing about this that's so strange is it has that texture that I remember real lunch meat having, that like almost kind of breaks apart in like, it's just a very specific way. And I think that other brands of vegan turkey slices that I've had are a little bit more compact. This has that like, almost like, I don't know how to explain it. And it has like black pepper all around the outside.
Cheers. Wow, it smells like turkey.
Cheers.
That would be so much better in a sandwich. I feel like it's really hard to taste it just on its own and really properly judge it. It doesn't have a ton of flavor on its own, but I feel like that's kind of the point. Turkey is always a little bit bland. I think that maybe it could benefit from a little bit more salt, but usually I put mustard on the sandwich, and I have, you know, other things going on, so I don't really mind that it's not that salty. And I think the texture is really nice, and the flavor is good. Like there is some sort of like poultry flavor that they mimicked somehow that does taste pretty good.
I never eat these by themselves, so it's very weird. They're fine. They're really not as flavorful as the Tofurkey ones. The Tofurkey ones are very salty, or they're very smoky, or else you can really taste a lot of that like oven roasted flavor. This is a little milder. It has a good peppery taste, but the meat itself, besides the rind, is a little bland.
It definitely has a like turkey flavor. At first it kind of just had a like generic vegan meat taste, but I would put this on a sandwich and enjoy it. I mean, I feel like it'd be interesting to see how this differs from Tofurkey at all. I'd like to try them side by side and see. I think on a sandwich with all the toppings, like if you're transitioning to veganism or you're just trying to eat more plant-based, this is such a good thing to pick up, because it's like, so it's such an easy swap. Like if you're used to eating sandwiches with deli meat, just swap out this meat and you're good to go.
It's not like the most incredible thing, like, oh my gosh, run out and go get it, but it's really good, and I think it would make a great everyday lunch staple for a sandwich.
Like on their own, if I were just to do like little turkey roll-ups with the vegan cheese in the middle, like I don't think I would like love them.
Now I really want to go get a tortilla and some vegan cheese and make like those, you know, those pinwheel roll-ups from back in the day. I think that's what I'm gonna do next.
They just need a little more like pizzazz, kind of like our friend the ice cream. I feel like it just needed like a little more for it to have like arrived. I'd give it a 6. I feel like it's a little more than a meh.
I like it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 9, like an 8 or a 9. I feel like I would definitely buy this again, and I think it's a really great option. So I'm glad that they have this.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
All right, everybody, we hope you liked that. We hope you found some new things that you can check out next time you go to Ralph's or Kroger.
But we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment below if you have tried any of these options from Kroger. If you have, let us know what you think, or if there's some that we missed, because I know there's a lot more. Let us know, and maybe we can try them in a part 2 of this video.
Subscribe to this channel before you leave. We also have individuals channels as well, so check those out.
We will see you soon in a new video.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.